Chapter 20, Vault of Light. The chamber hummed. Not with chaos. Not with corruption. But with possibility. The white core hovered silently, pulsing in a slow rhythm, steady, alive, stabilized by the combined energies of the core four. The last traces of the Overlord's influence dissolved into sparkling dust as the chamber repaired itself through shimmering waves of logic. Darrell, still glowing faint green from the Ascendant overlock, exhaled deeply. His armor, new, seamless, impossibly bright, felt weightless on his shoulders. Every movement came with ease. Power flowed, but without the threat of tearing him apart. Raymond sat on a floating block of newly formed architecture, rubbing the back of his neck. Okay, so what did we do? Did we win one? Or just one-ish? Lucio, visor cracked but functional, leaned against a support pillar. We purged the corruption. The Overlord is erased. The reboot finalized. The system is stable. Raymond nodded, then frowned. Is it? Really? Lucio hesitated. Al smiled. Not a weak smile. Not a relieved one. A knowing smile. Because Al felt something none of the others could sense yet. The network breathing. The architecture waiting. The system listening. Raymond squinted at him. Okay, golden boy. You're smiling. You only smile like that when you're about to say something terrifying. Darrell turned toward him. Al, what is it? Al inhaled slowly, stepping toward the center of the chamber. His golden armor reassembled around him, pieces sliding into place with elegant precision, forming an upgraded configuration, sleek plates, reinforced joints, glowing conduits pulsing with luminous energy. Lucio's eyes widened. Your suit, it's sinking too. Darrell nodded. The system's core touched all of us. But you're reacting differently. Al raised one hand. Golden particles drifted from his fingertips. Not as light, not as shields, but as architecture. Tiny cubes of raw structure formed in the air, miniature data pillars, fractal spirals, flowing lattices floating around his hand like celestial dust. Raymond's jaw dropped. Okay, what? Al stepped closer to the white core. I felt it during the uplink restoration, and again during the reboot. The system is more than a network. It's a living architecture. And it's listening to us now. Lucio took a cautious step forward. Listening how? Al placed his hand on the core. It pulsed. The chamber brightened. Geometry shifted, smoothing seamlessly into stable forms. Al closed his eyes. And golden energy surged outward from him in a quiet, controlled wave. The air vibrated. The room glowed. And, just like that, a structure appeared. A massive dome, gentle, radiant, woven from pure gold, expanded outward from the core, its walls forming with fractal geometry, complex loops, and elegant patterns. It surrounded the core four in a sphere of shimmering protection. Raymond stumbled back. Whoa, what is this? Lucio scanned rapidly. His visor flickered with confusion. This is architecture. Not defensive shielding. Not system scaffolding. This is something new. Darrell stepped toward Al. Al, what did you do? Al opened his eyes. The dome stabilized. And his voice came out soft, odd. I created a vault. The golden sphere pulsed gently, like a heartbeat in harmony with the system itself. Raymond blinked rapidly. A what now? Lucio's voice trembled, not with fear, but with reverence. A vault of light. Al nodded. A self-repairing, self-sustaining structural dome built from pure stabilized system logic. It's not just protection. It's a sanctuary. Darrell looked around. The dome wasn't rigid. It flowed alive with golden veins of energy. Every plate, every angle, every spiral shimmered. It wasn't architecture. It was art. Al, Darrell said, voice quiet, this is impossible. Al smiled. No. It's necessary. Raymond scratched the back of his head. Okay, I gotta ask, why is it necessary? Aren't we done? Al shook his head. The vault darkened slightly, revealing outside the dome, a truth the others hadn't yet seen. The system was repaired, yes. The corruption was purged, yes. But the network was damaged. Not by enemies. By war. Entire regions hung in fractured silence. Some pathways were completely dark. Some sectors were stable, but empty. Others existed as disconnected islands. Lucio swallowed. The reboot didn't heal everything. Al nodded. It stabilized the system. But what was destroyed is still destroyed. Darrell clenched his fists. Then we rebuild. Al smiled faintly. Yes, but not the way we used to. He raised his hand again. The vault responded, expanding outward, drawing raw broken architecture into itself like a sponge soaking water. Fractured geometry outside dissolved into golden sparks, which funneled through the dome's walls and reassembled into stable structures inside. Lucio whispered in awe, "It's repairing the network, from the inside out." Raymond whistled. "Dude, you made a system-wide 3D printer." Darrell shook his head, voice soft. "No, he made a heart." Al placed both hands on the vault. The chamber glowed brighter. "This isn't a shield. It's a lighthouse." He gestured upward. The vault pulsed with radiant gold. "Every stabilized sector will sync with this beacon. Every fractured region will draw toward it. Every corrupted bite is already gone, but the scars remain." Lucio nodded slowly. "So the system needs a new anchor point. A new foundation," Al agreed. Raymond folded his arms. "A new home base?" Al smiled. "A new center." Darrell stepped forward. "Al, is this permanent?" "It can be," Al said, "if we activate the final sequence." Lucio frowned. "What sequence?" Al turned to face them. "The Legacy Protocol." Raymond's eyes widened. "Wait, Legacy as in that thing the system kept whispering about after the reboot?" Lucio added, "The permanent safeguard? The one built from our combined signatures." Darrell nodded. "The thing only the Core 4 can activate." Al gestured to the core. "The system is asking us a question." Darrell frowned. "What question?" Al smiled gently. "If we want to stay." Raymond blinked. "Stay? Stay how? In here? Forever?" Lucio's visor dimmed. "Not exactly. I think it means stay as guardians." Al nodded. "Not operators. Not responders. Not troubleshooters." Darrell finished the thought. "Architects." Raymond exhaled slowly. "Damn." Lucio placed a hand on the golden wall. "We'd be the permanent sinking points for the entire system. The anchors. The defenders of the core." "It's last line of defense," Al said. Darrell looked at each of them. Raymond. Lucio. Al. Then the glowing core. Then the vault of light surrounding them. "We didn't choose this war," he said quietly. "But we ended it. Together." Raymond smirked. "And saved each other's stupid asses more times than I can count." Lucio laughed softly. Al smiled. Darrell stepped toward the center. "Then let's finish what we started." Raymond placed his hand on the core. Lucio placed his hand on the core. Al placed his hand on the core. Darrell placed his hand last. For colors intertwined. Red, blue, gold, green. The vault brightened and the Legacy Protocol initialized. Light filled the chamber. Energy rose around them. The system itself sang in harmony. And the Core 4 stood united at the heart of the network, forever woven into its future.